Hola, soy Ana, and in today's class you're going to learn some really good Spanish words and sentences that my niece and I have been discussing in the last few hours, either because we like them, we find them funny, or they are just useful, and we have thoughts about those words. So stick around and learn some Spanish. And I introduce you a mi sobrina. Te presento a mi sobrina que en esta clase te va a explicar algunas palabras de las que hemos estado hablando. Y estas palabras, bueno, la primera es...
ya sabía. It's more like a sentence, but you can use it at the end when you knew something. But you have to be careful because sometimes, most of the times, sounds rude. Because when someone is telling you something, you don't have to clear to them that you knew it. So it's better if you just if you know, you know. You don't have to
Make
sure.
It public.
So it's more like a redundant sentence at the end. So
yeah, right. Like when somebody's telling you a story and you're like, oh, ya sabía. I already knew it. Oh, I already knew it. Oh, I already knew it. And it's like, oh, that's okay, you knew everything. In fact, we have a word for that in Spanish, for those people who are like that. So how do we call them, Dani?
Sábelo todos. So usually everyone has a sábelo todo in their lives. In my case, it's my mom, but she most of the times knows things, so it's not that annoying. But some people don't know, and they want to make sure they know, but they are just faking it. So that's not good.
Right. In my sister's case, she knows a lot of things, right? And so she's like, oh, I knew it. Oh, I knew it. Oh, I already knew it, etc. But some people don't even let you finish the story, and they say, I already knew it. And you're like, what did you know? I'm not finished yet. You don't even know the point of it, right? So that's when it becomes rude, right? And
yeah.
And so my sister, la mamá de Dani, mi hermana, pues ella es una sábelo todo, pero en general sí sabe, aunque a veces inventa.
Yeah, we have a say in Spanish. Usually you say normalmente sabe. Sorry, no, it doesn't go like that. Okay. It goes, si no lo sabe, lo inventa. Something like that.
Yes.
But it's true. If sometimes she doesn't know something, she will make out something. So you don't she doesn't lose her
Yes, her power level in the family of she knew everything, right? It's the one who doesn't know it invents it. So sometimes she applies that, not often, but she does sometimes. So she's she's the top, the know everything person in the family. La sábelo todo. Bueno, and that takes us to another word, right? And the word is a poco, a space, a space, P-O-C-O, a poco. And Dani and I, Dani y yo estábamos hablando de esa frase, de esa expresión, a poco. Yo la uso con mi mamá. I use it with my mom sometimes because she tells me a lot of stories, and then I say, a poco, really, a poco, really. It's a bit she tells me gossips, and I'm like, a poco, right? But then Dani was pointing out to me other uses. So tell me about those uses.
Okay, so a poco, if you change the intonation, it can be a little bit sarcastic. Because usually, if someone says something that everyone knows, then you say a poco. Really?
No kidding.
No kidding. So if someone says that to you in that intonation, probably is sarcasm. So just be aware that a poco can be really they are interested, or they probably just ignoring you.
Yeah.
A poco. Really?
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Uh-huh. Poco. Yes, exactly like that. They are being sarcastic. Everybody knew that. A poco. A poco. You're telling me something so new. Nobody knows. Really, nobody. No, like that. And then the other one is the one that was not sarcastic. El otro que no es sarcástico.
A poco, the other one.
Oh, a poco is when they don't pay attention.
Yeah, that's true. So also you can use that, or they can use that to you.
A poco. Yeah. Like, is that person even listening to me? So you're probably now like telling me like a poco, and you're not paying attention. You better pay attention to learn Spanish. Bueno, y ahora vamos a hablar. That word takes us to
Ajá. Like ajá, it's also
patronizing. Patronizing. Like when somebody tells you
ajá, it's just like they probably are not listening to you as well.
Yeah. Some people say and it's like when they keep saying which is in Spanish, en español es A-J-A with acento en la última A with accent in the last A. It's as if in English you were having like A-H-A. Like yeah. Like And it's like also una muletilla, like a crutch word, right? That is like just like not listening. Like not listening, not paying attention. And then the one that we were talking about
Yeah, that one is a very useful word.
Which word?
Ahorita. Because you don't have to be that specific. But if you really like, ahorita means right now, right? So sometimes in Mexico we say ahorita, but doesn't mean like right now. It can be ahorita in 2 minutes, 5, tomorrow, like never. So if you want to make sure it's now, you have to say ahorita. So that clears that out. Like
double ahorita, like ahorita. Like
so everyone,
ahorita meaning ahorita.
Yeah. So we know that it's right now.
So for example, si mi hermana asks something for Danny and Danny says
ahorita.
My sister would say, Danny, ahorita. Like, I'm meaning right now.
Yeah, so...
ahorita, could you think of another example? Like, ahorita. But we don't have triple ahoritas. Like, we don't say ahorita. No, it's like single.
Or ahorititita. That's another option, but I mean, it depends.
Yeah, ahorititita is more like when you're becoming like, you're actually making fun of the word. Like, ahorititita, like right now. And it's something that a lot of my students ask me, right? Like, what is it ahorita? Because I sent some files to my colleague and she said, my colleague said, ahorita te los mando, like I sent them to you right now, but that was a week ago.
Yeah, just make sure you clear when do you want it, even though we know ahorita means right now, like for us it's like a gap in time.
Exactly. That's a really good description, Danny. Thank you.
Yes.
So you clear that out. Don't leave that gap. Gracias, Danny, por compartir esta clase con nosotros.
No, gracias a todos ustedes.
Adiós.
Bye.